This is Jared Sanders. I am the managing partner of Lightheart Sanders, and I oversee the firm's audit and accounting practice. And I've also led the firm in several different data studies. We've done a compensation study and a salon and spa profit and loss study. But today we get to talk about our beauty and wellness industry school study. We have done this internally for about 15 years, collecting data and working towards trying to get a uniform and a consistent and relevant structure of data for schools to be able to use for benchmarking, for KPI management, and a whole host of other things that are just necessary within the school. We're excited to bring this to the industry. And I wanted just the purpose of this call and recording is just to get oversight of some of the tools that are going to be coming out of this project, as well as to kind of outline what our vision is. So I want to start. This is just the opening screen that pops in. You'll see that there's we're looking for fiscal year 2024 data. And we have extended that beyond the December 5th opening. We're looking to collect data through the end of January. Couple things about the study itself. We have a user's guide, we have a data integrity statement, but just want to emphasize that this information is going to be used solely for the data. We're not using this for any marketing or anything like that. This is really just our goal as a CPA firm that loves and is fully invested and focused on the beauty and wellness industry. Want to bring this tool to help all schools to become more profitable, become better run, and to have a better insight on what's going on. So the study itself has basically three specific areas. It has your data area, it has a results by question, and then a results with all reports. We also have broken it out into different sections. So you can see here, we're looking to collect information on campuses, programs, your staffing, financial statements, as well as some additional financial questions. And then we'll perform some additional key performance indicators, and then we're looking for feedback. The study itself, these percentages demonstrate your completion in each of the different sections. The first five sections are what would be completed. The key performance indicators and the study feedback are designed to be responded to. Key performance indicators will give you KPIs based on the data that you put in, as well as then a comparative standpoint. So those are the areas that we're putting in. The reason that we want to collect this type of information is we want to be able to give users the ability to filter the data so that they can look at schools and schools that have similarities. So for example, it's really difficult to compare a beauty school that offers all programs in LA or New York and compare them to a barber school that's in rural Mississippi. So we want to be able to filter the data so that when schools look at it and start utilizing it, that they can look at it and make sure that they're comparing apples to apples. So once the information is in, then you start to see the power of the study itself. So if I go to results by question, and let's just say that I want to look at the financial revenue section. The results by questions are going to give me graphs and charts showing where my school information is, as well as giving information based on the 25th, 50th, and 75th percentile. So this allows me to quickly look at and to be able to compare myself to everybody that is in the study. So I can see where each one of these data points that I input, where I compare to the rest of the study. And again, once the study's closed, we'll introduce the filtering ability to be able to filter so that you're comparing not just to the whole group, but also comparing just to the schools that meet your specific demographic or characteristic. Now, again, each one of the data points that we have, you're able to compare your data by questions, as well as you'll be able to get some reports. But I want to show a couple things. So under the My Data, if you click on the key performance indicators, you're going to get a list of just what your results were. And we have different things that were calculated, starting with just revenue, income percentages, and then we get into square foot, revenue per square foot, some of these different KPIs. We calculate what your particular score is. And then as well, when you're able to look at the results by questions, when you come in, you can start to see how you compare to the other people in the study as it relates to these same KPIs. So getting into revenue per square foot, total revenue per square foot, education revenue per square foot, all of the different KPIs that we use to evaluate the health of different schools. You'll be able to see how you can compare. Lastly, there's a couple of reports that we're putting together to give you an idea of what this looks like. Every participant that puts in sufficient information is going to get some comparative results. The first one will be just this report here, where it has on the left side the benchmarking results in dollar amount, on the right side is percents, and in the center is my school or the school's response. So you can be able to see what your response was and how it actually meets or compares. We'll also be issuing a scorecard, which will take different sections, compare it. We'll give items to consider, KPIs to monitor to improve in certain areas. And then every participant will get our high-level observations and a report to the industry that will overview and look at the higher things that we've learned from the study. This study is going to go on for at least 3 years. So 2024 is the first fiscal year that we put in. We're going to do a 25 and a 26. We want to start being able to look at trending as well as to expand on some of the information that we need. Data that is input in 2024 can be rolled over to 2025. For example, you don't have to re-input your programs or your school demographics, square footage, and stuff like that. All of that will be able to roll over. Obviously, if there's been change. We've also set the reports up and the system up to be able to handle single and multi-location, depending on how you want to process that and stuff like that. So that is the overall tool. Again, if you want to have more information, you can contact me. My email is jared@lsa.cpa. You can contact the firm, or you can go to data.lsa.cpa, and you can request participation as well as to sign up. Thanks.